All right, how's it going, everybody? So welcome to another video, and in this one I'm going to be doing a quick side-by-side comparison on a couple series of Vans shoes that have released that are heavily themed to movies, and in this case the Disney line of characters. So just to give a quick overview, I guess some of the side-by-side comparisons will include the previously released Disney Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, the Jack Skellington shoes, placed side by side with the Disney 100 line of the Disney shoes. I guess that came out for all the individual characters, as well as the very same pair that I got two times actually from the Villains line. So these are the high top multi-villains print. And they come like pre-packaged pretty much in the same regular Vans sort of like wax film on the inside, so it reveals the first shoe here that I'm going to go ahead and pull out. So the majority of the shoe is actually in a suede top with a reinforced toe. It has the same waffle cone bottom that we're all used to, as far as that extra grippy skater style of a print on that on the bottom of the shoe. There were a different line that was or not line, but a different character release for this that were pretty cool, because the bottom prints were actually sort of a clear like clear looking waffle cone that had Scar from Lion King printed on the bottom, and on the side it was the same matching fur print that Scar has as a sort of darker a darker version of that, like tiger or the lion print that he has. So when it comes to the Villains variation of this shoe, the top side, all this is pretty much the flexible expanded or expandable, very breathable suede material, and on the inside you have that reinforced leather kind of insert. So it makes for a really good sort of like cushion when it comes to actually using these for what the original intention would be, which is they're ultimately a skate shoe at the end of the day. Of course, I'm not going to be getting on a skateboard anytime soon. In fact, these are probably going to become, slowly but surely, I'll kind of like make them into my daily shoes. But I want to actually physically wear them out for the first time on this upcoming Disney visit, for my next visit this Halloween season. And so it's just in time. This drop happened yesterday, which is October the 6th of 2023. And pretty much Vans stormed the gates when it came to all the social media outlets, and let it be known that they're definitely going to make a presence this year, which is for sure long overdue and highly anticipated. And when it comes to the official release, I mean, the quality of these things is like the most top notch that I've come across, because I've worn everything from Supra shoes to like Nikes and like everything in between, and pretty much like that rugged kind of midnight feel on the sole. Like for sure it has like a lot of textile strength on that grippy side sole pattern, and it's very heavily textured, especially like as I said before, it's very much based on the high top skater shoes, with the reinforced front like that asymmetrical sort of design on the front. So everything's matched pretty much across the board when it comes to this. And the side-by-side comparison when it comes to the Nightmare Before Christmas shoes is that these were like, by the way, they're already like worn in a couple times at Disney, but just a side-by-side comparison on the materials. These being the low top Jack Skellington ones, you have the sort of like cat with the obviously like the tuxedo style design here, and that sort of laced up like the white shirt with the tuxedo front. So it's a really cool design on this shoe, very creative, and the line stitching themselves has that kind of Nightmare Before Christmas feel, like that Jack Skellington like sort of not so perfect print when it comes to that tuxedo design. So these ones still have a very similar waffle cone. Actually, it's the same exact waffle cone effect on the bottom. So you have like sort of this hexagon shape right here towards the front, sort of front bone, I guess, like on the top portion of your foot, and then the waffle cone on the bottom for that grip, towards the back, and then it goes back towards that diamond plate style. So the major difference, I guess, when it comes to these slide style shoes, the ankle shoes, is that all the flexibility of your joint as you're walking is pretty much happening above the edge of that shoe, whereas you get continued ankle support, obviously, protection on your ankle bone, inner and outer, as you're walking, with the new, not new design, but obviously with the high top design. So my favorite style of shoe of all time, it has always been high tops for that reason. I do play the drums, and like drum pedals do come in contact like pretty heavily with your calves, or not the calves, but the front sort of portion of your leg, as well as ankles, and you get beat up behind the drums. So in terms of these short, sort of like short stacked, like flat style of shoes, they are comfortable to wear, but like you have to be relatively flat footed on the bottom, sort of the soles of your feet, because walking on these is sort of the similar effect of walking barefoot, but with the added weight of this extra large gum on the side of the shoe. So when it comes to the weight distribution of this ultimately it feels a lot more lightweight, having majority of a suede material, and then you have that kind of like seamed in, like, I don't even know really what to call this this material. It's like very similar to like a polyester effect for the bright colors, as it's sewn in, and you can see the heavy stitch lines right there, like on either part of the shoe, and it continues off with more of that suede stripe material. So suede ultimately is a lot more lightweight of a material, whereas with this has a little bit more of that kind of rugged, like hard rubberized sort of portion. So there is a lot more substantial weight when it comes to this smaller frame of a shoe than what you would get with the newer Disney 100 Villains edition, I guess, or I guess like was it Disney 100 Villains multi, and these are Vans X. So pretty much the presentation that you get out of the box when it comes to the new shoes out of the Disney 100 collection is you get like a shiny, sort of a pearlescent kind of box throughout. So it has like a rainbow effect. And same thing on the inside. There's nothing really special going on. It's just a standard cardboard layout. And obviously here's the other shoe. And so you get regular basic packaging when it comes to that. Pretty straightforward. However, when it comes to the presentation that you get with the Nightmare Before box, is upon opening it, you would pretty much come across like a regular like boxed backdrop, but there's like a cool little design on the insert here of the mayor making like sort of his rounds, and I guess having like a cool little section of the story being told there. And of course you have like this gift wrap style design throughout the entire box, and of course pretty much what would be a regular paper on the inside, and then the shoes. The paper print that you get with these is also Nightmare Before Christmas. So that is a different variation on the regular Vans insert that you would get on the boxes. So that makes this, kind of definitely scores points, for this one. So just for reference, this one is the classic slip-on Disney Jack/Nightmare model number, I guess, of shoe. I'm not entirely sure if you're still able to find these on the open market, if not eBay for like resellers and stuff like that. But for sure these are worth it, because as far as being out and about, they're not bad in terms of their comfort level, because again, your ankle is like floating above that seam. They still have that that sort of a leather the insert, but in a very slight fashion, where you can see it's like more or less like about 1.5 inches of the leather insert before it goes to the flat, you know, branded Nightmare Before Christmas Vans insert. And as far as the interior of the villains, I put this in, you know, sort of as like a little like preservation thing for that suede, so it doesn't like crease so quick. But the insert for the villains one, they kept it simple, industrial colors, because on the inside where the leather material, it actually goes all the way down and bottoms out to the red insert there that just has the Disney branding and the size, and obviously like your regular standard shoe fit. But the leather insert continues all the way down to that red sole, so you pretty much get like, you know, 100% like leather interior insert, and then a much cooler material of suede on the outside. It pretty much has, like I said, a lot of flexibility. So these actually originally came with a pair of dress shoes that I purchased before, some like Stacey Adams dress shoes. So it does a pretty good job to keep that front lip, you know, nice and straight for storage. And the only other thing that you get is like these little cool hangers for the Disney 100. There's our pal Mickey there, and then on the flip side you have the regular Vans, you know, Disney Vans branded, like little similar to the box color, like, you know, sort of Art Deco style tag there, you know, for the perfectionists that just want to keep the shoes 100% intact, never worn. So of course, when it comes to the villains, it includes everything from Lion King to Cruella to Ursula to Scar and the hyenas. Has a little bit of everything, you know, good variation of what you would typically see in a Disney, you know, villains parade for the Frightfully Fun parade. So you get like, you know, even a little taste of sort of like the Jafar staff there. You know, the Evil Queen. You know, there's pretty much like snuck in like a little bit of a variation here and there. And they just about, you know, even were able to sneak in a little print of the Cheshire Cat. So that's pretty cool. You have a little like little design from the apple being offered, that forbidden apple. And so this definitely like collides very well when it comes to that rubberized textured sort of like or that, yeah, like that rubberized like outer sole with the darker suede, the white stitch line, which is like a really nice thick stitch line. And then you have that like kind of bullet hole effect tracing the inside of that, accented with all the pop colors that they're more of a pastel kind of a flat color that's not really so like overly reflective, which catches the eye a lot more, and it kind of tells the story a lot more clear. If they were to be a high gloss sort of material, then you would probably have to like look at the shoe a little bit, kind of stop and look at it really, you know, to study it, to see the characters in there. But again, it's very much more of a pop style print. It stands out a lot more solid on the black background there. The whites, like obviously can still create, you know, like the Scar image here. So they're bold enough, and this is for sure a very crimson looking shoe, very industrial. So that's what I really liked about it, because ultimately like this design, it's right up my alley when it comes to like high top kicks. Normally I go for, like I said, this style of shoe when it comes to like Vans. If it's Nike, anything that covers you know, like the Nike high tops and stuff like that, Air Forces and anything of the sort, and also including the like scarcely available Supra shoes, like Supra sky tops, like the Muska or the Vader high tops that they have on that line, which they're again more of that industrial look. But when it comes to suede material, ultimately it's a lot more flexible to walk in for long periods of time. and I'm gonna debut these at Disney anyway, so these are gonna be worn in for a couple hours. You know, I mean, more than a couple hours. We're gonna rope drop and be there all day, so I'm gonna debut these and probably kill my feet, I guess, you know, in wearing these around the parks. But no better way to break them in before eventually turning them into daily, you know, daily wearables that I can casually wear out and about and not be worried about them getting scuffed up or anything like that. That's the beauty of having a black on black design with the white stitching. They're not gonna get screwed up as other like colored shoes might, because these have much more of that industrialized color palette. So they just last a lot longer without being broken down so quick. And as far as the sides, I mean, unless if you're rolling around on the floor, you're not gonna scuff up the sides. Really, it's like the front portion as well as the back grips, because I am a heavy heel walker. But Vans have always held up in the most extreme conditions that I put them in personally. So I'm already a huge fan of these. And of course, when it comes to low top kicks or like high tops, like whatever your style is, for sure I would highly recommend them. While they are still there on the shelves, I would highly recommend that you go check them out right now. These for a price point were right around $120 ish, I guess. They're listed at $108 before tax, but give or take $20. Same thing for the Tim Burton ones. These were a limited release, so everybody swarmed the gates when these came out. In my local area, these are flying off the shelves pretty quick, but not at such an alarming rate as to other Van stores that might be closer in vicinity to Disney, because obviously if you're sort of poking that beast, people are gonna for sure step up to the plate and get their copy, you know, or get their you know, their pair of shoes. And there's a huge variety, so check out the website and for sure stop by your local Vans store to pick up, you know, a pair for yourself and a few others maybe, and build a collection while you're at it, because there are some pretty bright, colorful ones that have more of that traditional Mickey Mouse print to them. You've seen the websites and the posts, I'm sure, all over Instagram. So check them out while they're still on the shelves, because they're gonna fly for sure really quick, and we're only one day into the sales kind of going underway. And there's also more apparel, more merch that is released, as you know, as far as like sweaters and t-shirts and, you know, all this like Disney stuff to get decked out for the Halloween season. So I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this little quick review. Not so quick, we're going on like what, 20 minutes now, but hopefully I covered everything. $108 for the high tops, around 90 something dollars for the other, you know, options, $96 to about 100. So that's the price point that we're dealing with here. Not bad at all, given the material and the I mean, simply what they are, the design and what we're all celebrating, which ultimately is that Disney craze. So see you guys in the next video. That about wraps up this review, and I hope you guys enjoyed.